Hi everyone, Darleen here from Single Boss Lady. Welcome to week 1 of our beautiful third eye chakra. Somewhere here or here, doesn't matter, it is around there. And what we're looking at is we're looking at connection, beautifully connecting to our body. The more we do that, the more we can actually understand what's happening in our body. We can tap into the beautiful feelings that we have. And again, I'll remind you that all feelings are normal. It is when they go to an extreme that that's not healthy. I talk about healthy and not healthy. All emotions are healthy, except when they go to an extreme. And again, the more you connect, the more you're able to tap into those beautiful feelings and emotions. It is incredible when you can actually do that. You might feel something, you might know something, whatever your beautiful ability is, then the more you connect, the stronger that ability comes as well. Now we're going to look at 3 aspects again: 1 personal, 2 business. The personal is deciding whether the thought has come from love or fear. Business is boundaries and also actioning the ideas. Now let's look at personal. We're deciding whether the thought comes from love or fear. And again, the more that you connect with your body, the more that you feel and understand your emotions, then the quicker you can understand whether that thoughts come from love or fear. And one beautiful way of doing that is actually closing your eyes and going, okay, let's have a look at that thought again. What is happening within my body? What is rising in my body? It doesn't matter whether you see things, feel things, whatever. If you can do techniques to learn more about feeling, then that's really good as well, because you can feel, okay, when I think about fear, it's come here or something like that. It makes it easier as well, because we want to tap into those feelings. We do want to feel. We are human beings. We need to feel. And think about again the thought. Think about the thought. Does it come from fear? And if it does, now we don't always, as you know, with the throat chakra, we don't always need to know the answers, but sometimes we do. If that thought's coming from fear, maybe we do need to know the answer. If the thoughts come from love, do we need to know the answer? Because it's love. Love is the answer. But when it comes from fear, think about a thought that's come from fear. Thought might, for me, it might be, okay, it's really windy. I don't want to go for a walk because something might happen, blah, blah. That's a thought that's come from fear. I'm fearing what might actually happen. I'm fearing the future. That's a thought that's come from fear. And, I can determine that quite quickly because of the connection I have to my body now. It took me a while to do that, and I'm still learning how to do that. It's all a learning process. That's what life is about. Life is about learning. And again, do you need to know exactly whether you need to know whether thoughts come from fear or love, but you don't always need to know the answer. Now, if it's the thoughts come from fear, maybe you do need to know the answer. Maybe you need to look into what that fear is so that you can work with it and move beyond it. There's lots of fears that I've had that I've actually worked with and moved beyond them. They still may come up occasionally for me to see how much work I've done and whether there is actually any left to do. That happens, and that's beautiful because it's showing me how much growth I've had. It shows me what I've actually done, and that is a celebration. That is a beautiful way to celebrate. Isn't it just, I love that. I love knowing, whether our thoughts come from love or fear. Now let's have a look at business. And you might be thinking, why is boundaries in here? It's because we've done all of this lovely work, and we've got our business sort of to where we want to be. And now, yes, boundaries is a foundation, but it's also a higher thing as well. It's a higher sense. It's a higher ability is boundaries, because when we raise our vibration, our boundaries get affected, and we need to look at our boundaries from insight. We need to have that beautiful insight and look at our boundaries from there. And by tapping into the third eye, we can actually get guidance from angels, archangels, elementals, everything that come from love. We can get their insight. We might get a message that we suddenly might go, oh my goodness. And you'll know whether it's your own insight or whether it's insight from somewhere else. You'll know that it's just something. The more that you work with the beautiful other beings out there, the more you know what is yours and what is coming from elsewhere. And boundaries is really important. The more you're connected to your own body, the stronger your boundaries will be. And you'll be able to action those boundaries as well. If somebody, is trying to, like a client might be trying to contact you out of hours going, oh, this needs to be done really urgently, blah, blah. Nothing is urgent. Nothing. Absolutely nothing is urgent. The only thing that is urgent is medical. If you've had an accident or an emergency, yes, that's urgent. You need to have clear boundaries of when clients will contact you. Like, they can contact you at any time, but having the boundaries of when you reply. You've got to do what's right for you. Now, for me, I've got clear working hours. They're my boundaries. And if someone contacts me outside of them, I'm not going to see it, because I don't see anything until I get on the next day. And I have 2 days to reply, and that's 2 business working days. That's one of my boundaries. And I had the clear insight come in, and that came in quite a few years ago when I first started in business, and I didn't have any boundaries. And I would be, working on my business all the time. I'd respond to messages instantly. And it got to the point where I was ready to burn out. And I did actually burn out. And now I have strong boundaries because I had that insight come in. The insight came in that I needed to be clearer on my boundaries. Now, if I hadn't been working with my chakras, it may have taken me longer to get that. But because I've done so much work, these things come through really quickly. And I'm able to stand strong. And I'm able to go, these are my terms and conditions. These are, all of that kind of stuff. And if a client doesn't like that, then obviously they're not the one to work with, because clients will respect you if you respect yourself, you respect your business, and you respect your boundaries. The more that you can connect to your body and have that confidence, because when you connect to your body, you get more confident because you're able to understand what's going on. You get clearer insight. And then you're able to go, no, these are my terms and conditions. These are all my boundaries. If you don't like that, well, then maybe, you need to find somebody else. And you can see how I suddenly sat upright when I talked about connecting and feeling strong. This is what happens. More you connect to your body, the stronger you become. It doesn't mean that you're mean and you're nasty or anything like that. You do everything with love. Your boundaries are clear and they're with love. It is so amazing what happens when you can really understand your boundaries inside and out, and you're able to communicate them to your clients. And you communicate them in different ways. You have business hours that you have everywhere you need, websites, Facebooks, whatever, and you have terms and conditions, and you might even have a contract as well. You might even have a client onboarding workbook, and all of those will be in there. That client can see your boundaries without understanding the boundaries. They can see that because you've got it everywhere. And then they actually respect that, because they go, okay, so that's their working hours. They've said that it will be up to 2 business days before they get back to me. All of this kind of stuff. The clearer it is, the more respect that they will have for you, and the more respect you'll have for yourself. Isn't it just amazing? Now let's look at actioning the ideas. When you're working with all your beautiful chakras and you're working with your gorgeous third eye, you will get loads of ideas. And I mean, you will get loads and loads of ideas. This is where the insight comes in to understand whether you need to action the ideas, or do some of them need to be put to the side, or do some of them just need to be going, that's actually not for me. Because you're going to get loads of ideas, as I said, and not everyone will be for you. Because there's all these beautiful ideas up here, and you might be able to go, okay, that's for me, that's for me, that's for me. And then when you actually sit down with them, they may not be. And so actioning the ideas are the ones that are right for you right now. You give them a priority. That idea is great. Do I need to do it right now, or can it wait? If it can wait, then make sure you've got it somewhere where you can actually review it. And then look at all the ones that want to be done now. And think about, do they all need to be done now? Keep looking at your ideas. Keep giving them priorities until you get down to one idea. And it may be hard because you've got all these beautiful ideas that you think should be done now, yet the more ideas that you bring to the front, the more energy that you use, and it's harder for clients to understand what you do. Now, there's lots of things I do, and eventually my website will have quite a few things on there, but that's okay, because I will have worked with all of those, and I will have done all the beautiful work that I need to do so that I can actually have all of those up there. But I'm only taking one action. I've got one idea and one action, and that's it. That's what I'm doing. Because my energy, because, as you know, I've got mental health challenges and I need to work with my energy. I've got loads of ideas, yet with all of these ideas, my energy is too scattered and I end up doing nothing. It is truly amazing what actually happens when you really work with your third eye by being connected to your body and then really connecting all of that together. It's amazing what happens when you get all these downloads and you get all these ideas. You're able to look at them all and you have that beautiful clear insight come in and go, no, 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 yes, 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 this one now, these ones later. And you can do it really clearly and really quickly because you're so in tune with everything that the choices are so, like the throat chakra, the choices are really clear and you're able to take the action really quickly. It is amazing what happens. Now let's recap. We've got personal, which is deciding whether the thought comes from love or fear. And business, it's about boundaries and actioning the ideas. This is week 1 of the beautiful, beautiful third eye chakra. Next week, I'll be talking about creativity in relation to the beautiful third eye.